Alright, first impression with Metaball 3D. I'm really digging it. I decided to support and did the unlock for 25 bucks, which is a little expensive for now. I'm hoping that a lot of new features will come out to warrant that price, but didn't want to have to sit there and do like piecemeal unlocking. So, a couple things. Just man, I've just been playing with it for 5 minutes. First impressions, it's really cool. There's a lot. Having worked with Metaballs years ago and doing lots of VR sculpting, I have lots of requests and comments. Let me just try to like fire off the top of my head here. So one thing is I was sitting down doing this, and what I don't like about the window is I want to bring it closer to me so I can like, I didn't realize I could actually grab out and reach. But the thing is, then you have this awkward thing. You have to look down and try to pick this menu. I don't like this. This is all part of the Vision OS kind of like standard. I wish that this menu can be like on the side or on top or something, because it's really awkward to try to go down here and grab it when you're up close. And you have to look at your crotch to grab it, and then it doesn't work. Also, I want to be able to move the scene around. That was one of my first things. I wanted to be able to just like turn the scene. You can't do that. You can't even turn this window around. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to get off my ass and walk around. So I can go into it. It doesn't go away, which is kind of cool. So I can kind of go in here and move and scale. One thing I think it would be kind of really helpful is to have manipulator axis on these, so I can kind of see an axis. And also I want to be able to do hierarchy and parent and child. Also, I do like being able to click on the object, and right now we only have access to the palette. But what I would like to do is be able to, okay, so I would like this to be part of this, so I have to keep on looking down at the main menu. So if I want to change this to a negative Boolean, I can do that. This visualization is a little bit awkward, but I get what you're doing. It might be nice if there's a different kind of shader to indicate, so just inverting it. But it'd be nice to see some of this functionality per object, so I just kind of go to each object and do what I need to do instead of having to look down at this menu. But again, that might be a SwiftUI thing. Let's see here, because I want to click on this and then just like edit it right away instead of having to go in a palette and then go back over here and do something. And of course the dogs are freaking out because I think someone just pulled up. Anyhow, this too is a little bit misleading. I would like to know, is this the overall strength, or is it on this object, which I don't think it is, because otherwise I don't think it would be affecting the whole scene. But that's something, is that per object or per scene? So much cool stuff going on though. Being able to push us in. It would be great if we can do like a parent-child, so I can like keep this and this piece together and then move this as a whole, so that everything goes around if I wanted to edit some pieces and build something. Oh, also, one other thing that I really would love to do is easy duplicating objects. So for example, if I was using this piece, come on. I can't get out of this menu. I would like to be able to take this, maybe like do a pinch and drag, and that way I can take this piece and easily duplicate it, like copy and paste. You know, like maybe hold it and drag it. But it's got some cool potential. Yeah, it'd be great to be able to have a mode where we can toggle, and I can see out to the local axis. Local axis would be huge. Some kind of a scene hierarchy would be very welcomed. Maybe even on these, just on the donut, maybe they have an option to like change the radius and the outer dimension there. This is the one light source we can move around, which is kind of cool, like that. I like being able to go in and like say we want to pick this one, and you can change its material property, which is kind of cool. And you can change the color. Again, I kind of want to see all this stuff happen like right here instead of having to look down this menu. Also, deleting objects might be easier to do it in this menu versus having to like click and drag it all the way down to this. I think I'm hitting it. I'm not getting any visual indication with this little trash icon, but I kind of get the idea that I can do that. And oh, what happens if I want to undo? Can I undo here? Yes, we can. Okay, cool. Can I go back? Let's see. I wonder if that's just interesting. I wonder if that's just undoing on the actual object itself. But this is pretty cool. Oh man, I really want to be able to do some more editing on this stuff. Like, I want to be able to like dial the amount of attraction per metaball. Like, take this one up a little bit, take that one down a little bit. And also I want to be doing a lot of booleans, but it could be great if we can like parent our cutters, and I can keep track of the cutters. And then for exporting, let's just try exporting this really quick and see what we get. Let's try USD, because I can just view it right here. We'll put in my USDZ area. We'll just try this. See what we get. And let me also export .reality for later use. I'll just save it in that same folder. So now if I go to my files, and we see this one's probably going to be the one that's going to show up as a, yeah, it's a separate piece. Interesting. Oh, that's right. He said it doesn't come over with colors right now, but you can go into Xcode, I think, and check it out there. I want to see what the wireframe looks like. I can actually see that the low resolution. I mean, that's another cool option is what kind of tessellation are you doing at export? I would love to be able to visualize that a little bit via a slider or a toggle. And I don't think I can open up this USD scene. Yeah, you can't do it here. You have to, it has to be USD or .reality. All right, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I just wish we didn't have to work in this window. I want to be able to take the whole scene and move the scene around. Otherwise, I can see the boundaries of this window. I can get up and walk into it and interact with it. Can I go behind it here? Yeah, I can go behind, which is kind of cool. Oh, also would be kind of cool is if we can have the PlayStation controller support once that comes out, to be able to grab these pieces and move it around versus just having to use our hand, because that might give me a little bit more control. Yeah, I really need to have a parent-child hierarchy so I can start keeping track of all these pieces and move stuff around, so I can start editing and like taking this piece and duplicating it again and retaining those parameters. This is a good start. I just want to see it evolve greatly, which is why I supported it by plunking down the $25 to unlock everything. Like, it would be also great if I could take this cube now and scale it per axis, so I can scale it on an individual axis, poke it through. Again, I'm thinking about how I use Substance Modeler, and before that, Oculus Medium. Just we need, those of us who actually have sculpted in the space for many years, we just need a lot more control, individual control, and scene management, being able to have a hierarchy that we can move around. Local axes are very important, so I can align things, move them around. Some kind of having an outliner, so I can kind of see my hierarchy would be great. I just need like a tree, so I can kind of see my hierarchy and grab stuff, and I can parent and child relationships really easily. Tap it and drag it into a scene. But yeah, this is my initial thoughts, and I think it's very promising. I would end up using this a lot if I had more control. Right now, it's kind of fun to kind of goof around with it, but it's going to take a long time to try to make something usable. I can actually, like, dive in and start treating it like I would at any of my normal modeling DCCs. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I just want more control. More control. Give me more control. All right. So I think that's about it for now. And I will post this and implore people to go check it out if you have a Vision Pro. Definitely just check it out for free for now. And if you want to see this game get developed, I would unlock that subscription, because I am hoping to see lots of updates from the developer on this. I've been following him closely now for a couple couple weeks, and really excited when you first showed some stuff. So we need more creation apps on Vision Pro, and this is going to be a really promising one. That's interesting. Why is it moving when I'm... Was it detecting that I had two hands there? I don't know. It's kind of like moving around. So immediate requests would be manipulators on the objects, more per object control, more of this up here, so I can just kind of go through and click, 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 click. I don't have to really worry about the interface down here. The ability to actually move the scene around. Right now I can't. I can just kind of move the window around and zoom in and out, but I noticed that there are some limits. I can't, like, if I was picking a piece, it kind of like, it hits this boundary right here. I can't go any further, which is normal, but I would like to somehow maybe like just not have to worry about this. Maybe like just use my hand as a menu and just pick stuff. Again, I'm referencing Substance Painter. I'm sorry, Substance Modeler. Being able to like just do things and click on a thing and hide it, I would think would be kind of a great option for the interface. And then instead of being limited to this kind of like this like windowed volume here, I can actually walk into the volume. But yeah, I can't. I can see where the oh, look at that. I can see the boundary right there. I can't go any higher than that. And yeah, so I can see the yeah, there's the floor. I can see the boundary right there. Cool. All right. Well, I like being able to walk around it at least, and I'm not getting thrown out of the volume. It's kind of cool to interact and change the lighting up. So these are all my thoughts as a 3D modeler and things I would like to see to make this more usable for like professional purposes. I would totally end up using it a lot if I had some more options for management of the data. That's interesting to see that crop there on the volume. That'd be another thing too, is I wonder, can we change the size of this volume? We can only change the actual relative bounding box. It would be great if we can maybe like open up a little bit if I had something really bigger that I wanted to model. Again too, like I would like to see a wireframe so I can kind of see what my resolution is, and if I have to go really small on something to keep it inside this bounds. Like I can see how it starts to get really faceted here. I kind of want to know a little bit more about the math that's going on. You can see as I go bigger, the resolution gets a little cleaner, and the smaller I go, it gets pretty choppy. So again, it'd be nice to be able to toggle in a wireframe. Whoa. And again, dialing up and down the influence. Back in the mid 90s, I'm going to date myself, I used Softimage, and we actually animated a couple spots when I was at Blue Sky, and we were able to control things like, you know, there's like a cool little like boundary around each of the metaballs, and you can like animate the attraction. It's really cool stuff. So I would love to be able to have that kind of control. But I love seeing the material mixing is great. The material mixing and the shader, so you can change like something that's very glossy into something that's very matte. And you can go into each one of these and edit it on the fly. So I can go here and say, let's take this one really matte, and then take this. So I wish I could just like click between them. Do have to hide it, and then I think I picked that one. Let's go to make it really shiny. Got it. And let's make it yellow. Oh, it'd be nice if we can actually edit the color a little bit too. If I want to change that value, maybe I wanted something between those two. It's down here. This is okay. So here you go. Really shiny to matte surface. And I'm kind of crashing into this guy. Again, just a little bit more clarity about what I'm picking, and being able to click on each one and access more menu items instead of having to always like go down here. It kind of throws me out of my workflow. I want to be like on the piece that I select, click it, right click it, whatever, and then be able to edit it without having to look down here to this bar. But I realize this is a 1.0. Hint, get me on the beta test flight for the next one, because I will test the hell out of this for you. All right. Anyhow, pretty cool. I'm digging it. Very nice. Oh, you can also take, like, so for example, if I want to take this guy and we edit it, and I can turn that into a negative. Let's see. Yeah, see, sometimes you might be like, okay, what happened to my other piece? It might be nice to have an option where I can have like some kind of an indication where I see all of these. Again, I think the inversion here is throwing me off a little bit. I would like to maybe just see it, maybe instead of inverting it, just make it translucent. So it's solid when it's positive, and it's translucent when it's negative. That way I can still see the bounding, so I can tell like where the flat part is kicking in. And again, be able to change the influence, because like I can tell right now the influence is pretty thick as I'm getting into this region. I might like to be able to take this and keep it really tight and get a hard flat cut. Right now I can't get a hard flat cut. Oh, also it would be kind of cool is like, especially on a cube, and so I can round off these edges, like do a chamfer and a bevel around the corners, and then have that as a piece to use, because I use that all the time in Substance Modeler. I usually will make a short, squat piece of geometry. I can carve with that and add to it. Oh man, there's so many possibilities. Okay, so this is the beginning. I would say continue on, and yeah, okay, enough rambling for me. Check it out. All right.